What's going on, my beautiful governors? Today we have a lot to discuss because recently we hit a major milestone. Also, pre-KVK is about to end. As always, we are going to discuss commanders, number of sculptures, like latest update, how much we spent so far, and what is the stage of our kingdom. Actually, we're going to start with that one, building, research, everything. Without further ado, let's go. Right, let's start with the kingdom. As I said, Eve of the Crusade is about to end. Right now we are at a Destroy Marauder encampment stage. And if we take a look at the rankings, the only kingdom that is Kingdom of Kela and Ordo, like there is a massive difference between these two and these two. I think I could safely say that we are number one. We are going to finish number one, which will give us all damage 3%. And this KVK, even though our kingdom is really strong, I will now show you the rankings. But I think it's not certain, but I think it's going to be 3 versus 1. So these 3 kingdoms versus us. In that case, it can be close, of course. And let's go to rankings actually, and individual power. There we go. We have actually Blackstone, 120 million power. I will soon make a video reviewing his account. I got the screenshots of his account. We're going to take a sneak peek. And I also asked him a bunch of questions. So it's going to be like a review/interview. And then we have, ironically, free to play with another 100 million power, 70 million, 62 million. Like a lot of high power players. Like we have a bunch of tier 5s for KVK 1. And I think it's going to be a pretty fun KVK to watch, especially if it ends up actually being a 3 versus 1. Alliance power, we have almost 7 billion power. And our gift level is right now 2 Oh, it also says here, KVK 1, 3 versus 1, star is loading. Let's see, hopefully. Alright, so this is the stage of the kingdom. Everything is going well, like no civil war, nothing, very peaceful, and everyone is happy. And for our account, the first major milestone is City Hall 25. We are right now upgrading our City Hall from 24 to 25, which is the final level. So we are gonna max our City Hall finally in 36 days. I mean, I can speed it up, but I'm not going to do it, at least right now. The main benefit of it is, of course, it increases your troop capacity, unit capacity drastically, and I will probably do it. I will speed it up once KVK 1 fighting starts. There is no point of speeding it up right now, so until KVK 1 starts, I'm gonna let it tick, but when it starts, we will be ready for maximum capacity of troops. Now the research though is a little bit weird. I kind of switch again just because of KVK 1. Normally I was just going for, fully economic technology. Of course, you always want to upgrade your mathematics and engineering to 10 out of 10 before, in my opinion at least, before you start working on your, other than the first few levels, your military technology. So I was working on it. However, I realized that my war stats are pretty low and KVK 1 is here. And that's why I decided to at least upgrade my cavalry stats, because that is the only troop type that we are going to use. And that is a major benefit of just focusing on one troop type, because I don't really care about any of it. All I need is high cavalry stats. So that's why I upgraded these to the 7. And now the time that it needs, like 22 days, 14 days, it's a little bit too high. So I decided to switch to like combined arms, encampment, because I mean, they still give like 1% for each upgrade, at least for lower levels. But the time that you need to wait, only 12 hours, and this one is only 3 hours left. So we basically switched from economic technology to military technology to have better stats on the field. And right now what I'm doing is pretty simple. I'm trying to get maximum amount of stats with the minimum amount of resources and speed ups. Once KVK 1 fighting is finished, I will go back to upgrading my economic technology instead of military. Now, commanders, I've decided on my marches. We are going to use 2 marches, 2 cavalry marches. It's going to be Minamoto Cao, and as I've explained on the previous video, Baber's primary and FF flat secondary. And of course, I am trying to train troops. And when I say I'm trying to train, I'm not just speeding up my troops for no reason. But whenever there is an event, I'm only speeding up my cavalry to have enough troops for 2 marches, because when you are fighting on KVK, you have to. I mean, if you don't have this one, you can use this one, but you have to use some sort of an army expansion. Of course, 50% is much better. Like, if you fight with this and without this, you will see the difference is night and day. So we need to have enough troops to use 2 marches with a 50% expansion. And that, of course, requires a lot more troops than 250k. And that's why whenever there is a training event, I'm trying to do my best. Of course, I pay close attention to not overdrain my resources because I will need them in future. However, I'm trying to have enough troops, enough cavalries, I should say, to run 2 marches with a 50% expansion. And if you take a look at their equipment, not great. I mean, I definitely expected better equipment from me, but I wasn't very lucky with the chests. Trying to upgrade my Minamoto's gear and Baber's gear even worse. However, this is our secondary march. It's not like we are always going to use this march. This is like situational. I'm going to use it as long as I have the troops, but I don't. This march will be benched. And I would say, even though it doesn't look that great, I think for KVK1, for the secondary march, it is definitely not the worst. But I really thought that my Minamoto gear would be much better. In fact, let's open 20 chests and see if we can get any good epics for cavalry. And nothing. Alright, thank you, game. I mean, hopefully before the fighting starts, we will have like a better egg event with equipment that we really need, or hunt for history for even more blueprints, because I have a lot of materials, but since I don't have the blueprints, I cannot craft, for example, the legs, or I set sufferance, whatever, like those really good, high value, almost perfect cavalry gear. Oh, before I forget, let me show you how many sculptures we have in total. 458. And as I always say, I'm not going to spend these sculptures. The only reason that I'm showing is to keep track of how many sculptures we have at which day. Right now we are at day 87, and by the way, there is a second major milestone that we hit, VIP 12. Action point recovery is great, research speed is amazing, troop defense is amazing. However, of course, the main selling point of VIP 12, why it is so important, is because now instead of 1, because we were VIP 10, now we are getting 2 legendary commander sculptures every day, which is insane because this is basically double the amount from 1 to 2 every day, and that's why VIP 12 was so important. And now the next goal is clearly VIP 14, 3 sculptures every day. We have a long way to go, but if you don't know, I'm spending pretty much every single gem on VIP. Once we hit VIP 14, I'm gonna slow down. Of course, VIP 15 is great, 16, like all these have insane benefits, but VIP 14 is the major goal for 3 sculptures every day. And of course, last but not least, how much we spent so far. And the only thing, this was the last purchase that we made, one step ahead. I decided to pull the trigger on it. It wasn't the best value, but whatever. We purchased a 7-day material supply and the daily special offer for $5 each. The only reason is we have right now commander recharge rewards. It's not the best, but you only need to spend like $5 every day, and it's going to give us 10 Mehmet II sculptures, and the final day is tomorrow. And once I buy another one tomorrow, this one will be completed. Hope you guys liked it, hope you guys enjoyed it. I cannot wait for this KVK to start so that I can stream KVK1 in 2024. I'm so hyped. Make sure to subscribe for live streams when KVK starts. I know I'm not live streaming at this moment because good news, we are moving to another place. Right now my room is a mess, but it's going to be great for the family. It's going to be great for the baby because from a flat, like a regular apartment building, I'm moving to an actual house with a garden and everything, and it's going to be done next week. And once it's done, hopefully my internet will be good there as well. I'm gonna start live streaming non-stop because KVK1 will start as well. So make sure to subscribe. Goodbye.